Okay, so what I want to see in Jedi Survivor. Dual wielding. I really want there to be dual wielding, and I don't mean like that, where you're doing the one move. That's atrocious. That's a disgrace. It makes me sad. It's not that bad, actually. I'm lying. It's just annoying. I thought, obviously, based on the cutscene where he takes the lightsaber apart, that we're going to get dual wielding. We didn't. They knew they were disappointing us. They didn't put it in the game. They hate gamers. Different stances. I want at least 2 different stances for each one. Kind of like Ghost of Tsushima has stances. There could be a more solid ground-based stance where I'm a little bit heavier feeling, more like it was in the original trilogy. And then I have super flippy prequel style. The sequel trilogy doesn't exist. I want a blaster with us all the time. Maybe at one point we lose our lightsaber and we have to use the blaster, and then we get our lightsaber back and we have both and I'm just shooting people. Again, the idea is very Ghost of Tsushima-like. I would like to be able to hold L2, shoot people with a blaster, and then run up and lightsaber them at close range. Being able to deflect is fine. Like, if we don't get the blaster, I'm not that upset. They do a really good job of making us able enough to choose where we reflect the blaster bolts back to. I'm fine with the way that it is, but I also want a blaster. More aesthetic customization. I want more clothes. I want more ponchos. I want less ponchos. I want things that aren't ponchos as well as things that are ponchos. I want coats. I want jackets. I want Imperial outfits. I want different skins of different characters so that I look like I'm Darth Vader, or I look like I'm a really cool Inquisitor Knight sort of thing. I want sweet Sith armor from KOTOR. I want the Darth Revan outfit. I want to be that one-armed guy who beats the shit out of you in the trailer. And different lightsabers and different blasters. I want to be able to have Han Solo's blaster and the Jedi Survivor blaster that doesn't exist that I'm making up right now. I want to have different lightsaber variations, not just like Darth Maul's, but like Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber and Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, plus a billion different customizations that you could come up with on your own, or little bits and pieces, sort of like what they did in the first game, but even more expanded, branched out, personalized, and specific to the individual so that we all feel like we're our own beautiful Jedi snowflake. In the unique sense, like the sense that we all think we're very unique, not in the weird current political context. More unique Jedi shit that has nothing to do with the movies. Kind of go wacky with it, you know, like we used to do in KOTOR. Have wild, ridiculous powers. If they can do it in the sequel trilogy, if Rey can heal snakes and shit, then why can't I heal myself with Force? I mean, don't do that. Please don't let me heal myself with Force. If I can run on walls and I can do Jedi super flip and I can meditate and see where objects have come from, I mean, screw it. At this point, let's just do everything. Give me every kind of wacky power. Let me have Force Lightning even though I'm a good guy. Who cares, right? Like, who gives a shit at this point? Give me Force Lightning. Maybe let me play as a Sith, even if it's like a multiplayer Ghost of Tsushima Legends situation. I'm sorry I keep comparing this potential sequel to what they did in Ghost of Tsushima. It's just there's a lot of things in there. While we're at it, I mean, stealth. We could add some stealth into the next game. I'm gonna stop now, I'm sorry. I also want movie film tie-ins. I know I just said I want shit that has nothing to do with the movies, basically, and go wacky with it, but also tie it into the films. Give me Obi-Wan Kenobi. Give me other people from the movies that aren't Darth Vader. I don't really want to see him interacting with Darth Vader, and if I do, I want him to still be scaring the shit out of us and us running away. I don't want to see too much Starkiller shit. I don't want to see anything that diminishes what Luke Skywalker does later on. I just want to see more cool movie stuff. Maybe we could meet Ahsoka or Ezra Bridger or somebody, anybody. Tie some shit in. It also makes me feel like it's more likely that we could potentially get Cal Kestis to be canon someday in the future, and that would be dope. I also feel like I might want spaceflight. I might not, but I like the idea of being able to kind of look outside and be in space, or be in orbit above a planet looking down on it from inside of a ship. That's a big part of the Star Wars Jedi fantasy to me, and I would like to just have one cohesive game that has all of it held within. After playing Elden Ring, I also hope they embrace the Dark Souls thing and go even further in that direction. Maybe even give us multiplayer. Fuck it, who cares at this point, am I right? Maybe even add in invasions, but optionally, and I need to be able to turn it off in the menu, the way God intended. All multiplayer should be voluntary. I shouldn't be forced to play with you. I don't want to play with you, and sometimes I do, but only when I choose to. And I also mean the way the Dark Souls games are sort of like interconnected pieces leading up to grand events. And those grand events are the really fun, interesting, interactive, awesome boss fights. I want more amazing boss fights that you're built up to throughout the game. I want highlight boss fights in the same way that you have them in Elden Ring. I want specific, unique music that makes me remember it and want to listen to it in my car and get super pumped, try to break my steering wheel in half. I'm okay with the linearity, but some aspects from open world games could be borrowed, like weather effects, day-night cycles, things to make it dynamic or make it feel like the same spaces aren't the same, if that makes any sense. And last but not least, more planets. We need more than, what was it, like 4 that we got in the first one, pretty much, that were explorable, large, big, beautiful things. Even if they wind up being a little bit smaller, none of them have to necessarily be so large that we have to come back to them 3 or 4 times to complete the entire thing. It would be cool to be able to visit a planet, go through an entire adventure, an entire experience there, move on to the next one. Maybe we see some movie tie-ins that way, like Coruscant, or Hoth, or some planet that we're going to wind up on later. Maybe we go to Alderaan, and it hasn't... No, it's already been blown up, right? No, Alderaan hasn't been blown up yet. No, Alderaan hasn't been blown up yet. We could go to Alderaan. Maybe we could see Naboo or some of the other planets from the prequels so that people my age can freak the fuck out and make sand jokes and stuff. It would be funny. And also, it would just be a more enjoyable game. I feel like a lot of the joy of Star Wars is experiencing brand new, beautiful planets, and if we could keep that going, maybe give me some DLC that's not just a couple of outfits. I just want more. I love the first game. It's absolutely amazing. It's one of my favorite Star Wars games ever, and I'm a Star Wars freak. Most of the t-shirts that I own in my life are Star Wars, such as my devotion and my level of weirdness. If you like this style of improvised video where I don't write a script and just babble and and my way through, then please leave a like, please consider pressing a subscribe, and please let me know if I should never do this again because it was humiliating and you feel cringy and bad for me and stuff. Pleases and thank yous, hugs and kisses, all the good, none of the bad. Goodbye, maybe forever.